Hi, everybody. My name is Brad Latchett. I am the Director of Government and Industry Affairs for the Professional Insurance Agents of New Jersey. And I'm here to talk to you about one of the association's legislative priorities for this year, which is to protect consumers from predatory lawsuit lending, sometimes referred to as third-party litigation funding. So these unregulated arrangements are harming consumers and driving up insurance costs across New Jersey. So what is lawsuit lending? Well, lawsuit lending, or sometimes referred to as third-party litigation funding, gives plaintiffs cash now in exchange for a portion of their future settlement. But these are not traditional loans like you'd get from a bank or a credit union. Instead, they're referred to as non-recourse loans. They're called that because a plaintiff doesn't actually have to pay back the loan if they end up losing their case. Now, this may sound like a good thing, but there's some hidden traps there. Because this is a non-recourse loan, the loans do not have to follow state laws when it comes to interest or oversight. So for example, New Jersey state law sets usury interest rate at about 30% with some exceptions. But that only applies to recourse loans. Because this is a non-recourse loan, the lawsuit litigation funding companies can charge higher interest rate than that 30%, sometimes much higher. We're talking 40, 50, 60, sometimes 70% interest rate. Now this, in many cases, will lead to the plaintiff walking away with little or nothing after fees and legal costs. So how does this impact insurance agents, and why does PINJ care about this? Well, third-party litigation funding firms often hold out for the biggest possible payout, dragging lawsuits out and raising costs. As claim expenses grow, so do premiums. That's bad news for your clients, businesses, drivers, and homeowners alike. So given the detrimental impact that lawsuit lending can have on plaintiffs as well as insurance premiums, PINJ is supporting smart, consumer-focused regulation of litigation lending. This doesn't mean banning the practice. We realize that it does provide a valuable service to plaintiffs. It just means making it transparent and fair with reasonable fees and protections. Legislation that would limit fees, require disclosure, provide a right to cancel agreements, and put licensing and regulation requirements on litigation funding would help to bring transparency and fairness to the industry and hopefully be a step towards stabilizing insurance markets and protecting vulnerable plaintiffs. So this initiative is all about fairness, transparency, and protecting the integrity of the insurance profession. If you're interested in getting involved in this initiative or any other, I would encourage you to participate in PINJ's District Office Visit Program. This program is where we match up insurance producers with their local legislators for a meeting to talk about the legislative priorities that most impact you and your clients. You can become a member of the NJPIAPAC, that is the official political action committee of PINJ, and that supports legislators who support the insurance industry. And finally, I would encourage you to follow PI Northeast publications and social media for updates on legislation as well as advocacy campaigns that you can get involved with.